Hello, and today we're going to talk about Luke chapter 14, verse 26. But first, my name is Brian Foster. I am talking about the New Testament and in the context of it interpreted by Spiritism. Spiritism was brought to us in 1850s, was codified by Allan Kardec in communicating a series of 1,019 questions to high spirits throughout France and most of Europe. This was a complete compendium of the spirits given to us by the Spirit of Truth, as promised in the New Testament by Jesus, to give us more information about heaven, the spirit world. And it tells us so much more. It gives us concrete examples and concrete knowledge to know what's happened in heavens, what we are as a spirit, and what we are capable of. And with this knowledge, you can understand these type of scriptures. But first, please subscribe, hit the bell, and hit the like button. This will help us spread the information about the other side far and wide. So let's get into it. Luke chapter 14, verse 26. You must hate your father and mother. What did Jesus really mean? Now, I think some of the translations I don't really agree with. So let me give you a translation and an alternate translation. One of the most usual ones you'll see is, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Now, that kind of goes against what you heard about loving everybody, forgiving. Why would he say hate? Now, I like this other translation better. You cannot be my disciple unless you love me more than you love your father and mother, your wife and children, and your brothers and sisters. You cannot come with me unless you love me more than you love your own life. Now, in the light of Spiritism, this makes perfect sense. Let's talk about it. When you are in your physical representation, you know that your wife, your husband, your children, your father and your mother, your brothers and sisters, they're all just in these temporary diving suits, these encasings, these physical dense bodies, which just are temporary. They're not important. And therefore, on the physical plane here on earth, you love your mother and your father, but you know that whatever they go through, and if they die, they're not going to die. They're immortal. And the same thing with your own life. You have to love Jesus. And when he means love me, it means love the tenets, love the divine revelation, love divine love and brotherhood and charity and fraternity and honesty. That is what you must love more than your own life, because you're only here on this planet to live your life so you can learn those things. And if you're not learning those things, why are you here? You're just marking time and you're just wasting another, 60, 80 years, who knows how long you'd live, for nothing, because you're here to improve your character and your attitude. And that's what he means, is that you can't be my disciple. You've got to love me, meaning the tenets, meaning what I stand for. And you've got to love basic decency and love the divine laws of God and follow your own conscience more than anything else. That's why you're here. That's your target. That's your purpose. So if you want to learn more about this, and which is very interesting, Spiritism really gives us the context of where we live. I suggest you read my book, The Spirit Realm. Spiritism has revealed the reality of our existence. And I divide it into 4 sections: the organization of the universes, the residence of the universes, spiritual ascension, and the future. And the important thing to think about is the true reality in which we live, die, and live again for eternity, until we no longer need to incarnate in a physical body, is far beyond what most of us can imagine. The laws of physics here on Earth mostly do not apply. The concept of time and distance are altered, and the landscape itself reacts to directives from high spirits and collective thoughts. Spirits are logical constructs who, for training purposes, inhabit physical bodies in order to learn required and valuable lessons, to alter their personalities for the better. That is who we are. That is why we are on Earth. So I hope you think about this. I hope you explore Spiritism. And I want to say, God bless.